Hi and welcome back. I am Soren Richardson, and in this segment that we are going to go over right now, I am going to be do a walkthrough of some of our incredible partners that we have here in Florida that we collaborate with constantly. So I'm going to share my screen and bear with me here because I have two screens. Okay, this one. Alrighty. So we are going to start with Fiddlers. So Fiddler stands for the Florida Diagnostic and Learning Resource System. Okay. And Fiddlers has awesome resources on their website. So Fiddlers, they support families, educators, professionals, everybody that work with the students with disabilities, so they can ensure that the student can reach their full potential. Okay, so they also do screening. They are part of the Child Find. Let's go here. So they have child find specialists that in partnership with your local school district, they do screenings to help identify young children that may have a disability or will benefit from early intervention. The screenings are free. You don't need insurance, and you can go on the website if you want to start your process. So here we can see also about Fiddlers that they support every learner every step of the way. And here you can have their four core functions. So one, child find, parent and family services, human resource development, that's for the professional, and technology. All right. There are a lot of resources on this website. We can go to the local support and tab. Here you will find the whole state of Florida with all the counties. And let's say if you live in Alachua, you can Alachua, yeah, you can go ahead and click on it, and it will give you the local contact information for your county. Okay, let's see if you live in Volusia. It's going to, and it also is going to give you the website for the local fiddlers. All right, let's keep going. So if we click on the parent and family tab, we can see that there are some resources here, and the resources are broken down by age. So we have resources for under 3, and this falls in the category of child find. And if the child is may be eligible for early intervention, so you have help me grow. um, and then, like, if we go back, we can see here resources between 3 and 5. Parents can go here and find resources. Okay, so it goes by age. Then we have a family help desk here, and this will here is where you can submit a request. Okay, and then we'll connect you with your local team, and then you will get a response. Now if you look for educators, Fiddlers has really great resources for educators as well. They have their own portal, paths to learning, and local professional learning. So if your child, for instance, has a disability, and oh, sorry, somebody's trying to get in here. And maybe you want to share resources with your child's teacher. This is a great place to get started. Okay. It's get started. It also provide guidance and a lot of assistance and learning opportunities. Okay. All right, we are going to the next one. Okay, so the next agency that we want to highlight is FIN, and FIN stands for the Florida Inclusion Network, okay? And their work is centered around making sure that students with disabilities are included in the general settings. So let's do a walkthrough on their website. Oops, yeah. Okay, so if we go on FIN, so they use best practices for supporting students in LRE, which is the least restrictive environment. And here we can see that they are servicing. So FIN collaborates with the school districts, right? However, they need to be invited into the school, so they cannot just come and just work. So school needs to invite them. So you can absolutely ask your school, your teacher, to invite FIN. Here you have a flyer of their services and support, and we'll talk about the BPI in a little bit, and then let me go back to this one. Okay, then we have about us, so their mission, and that they support all the school districts in Florida. Down here you can see, just like we saw at Fiddlers, there's this map, and then you can see they work by region. So you can see in what region. So region 2, for instance, is right here, and then it will give you the facilitators, the contact information for you to connect with your local friend. Okay. Core principles. So we have, okay, here is like a timeline that they follow for inclusion in the Florida regular classroom. Now I see that, you can probably see that it is very school focused, right? However, it directly impacts families because they support the schools with a more inclusive classrooms. Okay. All right, so how they support? So they come and support the schools with the district level BPI and the school level BPI. Here we have some resources that you can share with your teachers. And let's go on to the BPI. And the BPI stands for the best practice of inclusion education. And this is something they have to fill out, and it measures indicators on leadership and decision making, instruction and student achievement, communication, and collaboration. And then here we have some resources. And then you can see that the school BPI self-assessment has the same 3 main categories, but it's obviously focused on the school level, while the other one is focused on the state level. And then here you can see indicator 4, for instance, it says that school administrators follows district guidelines for all students with disabilities to have the same school choice options as their peers without disabilities. So these are all some questions that they go through, and then we have a result on how they are doing on best practices for inclusion. As a parent, you can absolutely volunteer your hours to the school to help them fill out the BPI, and that way have your voice counted as well. Okay. Then they have this one is the peers peers as partners in learning, where they have resources. Here they have resources for families as well. So they have these really nice fact sheets. What does it mean? LRE for students with disabilities. What does the Florida law say? What does the federal law say? And what does research say? And how does it look like? Okay. So these are really nice fact sheets that can be used. And here they have resources where they have videos and presentations that, as you can see, they're coming. They have data and regulation guidance from the Florida Department of Education. Here we have FND on the FIN website. We also have, this is a really good one. We use this one all the time, Center for Parent Information Resources. So you can find all these resources on the website of FIN.